And one woman were found dead at the Treetop condominium earlier this afternoon. Several of the complex's buildings on High Meadow Lane are roped off as police search for evidence. We have team coverage of the quadruple murder. Glenn Counts is talking with police about potential leads, and Mark Boone is looking into past problems in the area. We begin, though, with Glenn, live now at 5. Glenn, what's the latest?
Well, Sonia, sources tell us that the 4 victims were shot to death. We don't know if they tried to escape or tried to fight back before they were murdered. The person or persons who did this are still free tonight. And what's being described as a gruesome scene, 4 people were murdered inside this apartment.
We have an individual who made the 911 call.
That call told police that 2 people had been killed. Officers arrived only to find 4, some males, some females, some black, some white. Neighbors report the level of activity in and around the apartment had made them suspicious.
Yeah, more than one girl. Sometimes be a black girl, white girl, people off the streets even, around in here.
This condo complex is about 30% vacant. Police took no chances that the suspects might be hiding out in an empty unit, having the SWAT team search each empty apartment.
We're clearing all of those apartments, making sure that we haven't missed anyone or anything while we're out here on this crime scene.
It will take hours before police go through the crime scene, and perhaps even longer before the victims are officially identified. Officers say they have been to these apartments before, but they won't say why.
No, sir. I cannot tell you that right now, but we are familiar with this apartment. We have been in this apartment before.
Well, police have been questioning the man who called 911. We don't know if he is a friend or a relative of some of the victims. As we mentioned, this is a very active scene here. It will probably remain that way past midnight. As far as suspects are concerned, right now police have none. Reporting live from Southwest Charlotte, Glenn Counts, Carolina's News Connection.
The neighborhood where the murders happened is being called one of the worst places for violent crime in Charlotte. WCNC reporter Mark Boone is live at 5 with why a police commander is voicing his frustration about the area. Mark?
Yeah, Chris, I'll tell you, it's very unusual for CMPD to come right out and point to one neighborhood as a hot spot for violent crime, but that's exactly what the department did today, and we found plenty of proof to back up that claim.
Spent a lot of time in this neighborhood near Nations Ford and I-77, and officers were familiar with a condo where 4 people were found dead Monday.
But it's not the only apartment out here that we've had issues with.
In fact, Captain John Williams says the condos in several nearby apartments are a hotbed for violent crime. Not just murders, like the shooting of a man in 2003, but also arson, when property managers say drug dealers set the office on fire in retaliation for being kicked out. Here's what the association manager told us back in 2003.
The association itself is perfectly safe. We've never had any problems. We have good control here.
The police captain isn't so sure.
I used to be a police officer in this area years ago and worked the same area, and it's always been the same. It hasn't changed much over the years.
Yeah, you can certainly sense the frustration of police out here, and it's not an easy problem to solve. About a third of the condos here are vacant. There are dozens of individual owners of all of these condos as well. Now, we crunched some of the numbers based on police records, found a slew of violent crimes here just in the last few months. More on what we found in our story coming up all new at 6. Reporting live in South Charlotte, Mark Boone, Carolina's News Connection.